a very expensive place to live. Everything costs more here. Real estate costs more here. Food costs more here. Medicine costs more here. Everything costs more. Gas costs more. And so it's just the price of living in paradise. And taxes are also extremely high. Very limited industries in terms of what kind of jobs that we have. And there's really limited private school opportunities, but the business climate is nationally recognized in Hawaii as one of the least friendly business states in the country. Very hard to do business here. Now, there's hundreds of reasons of why people move to Hawaii and why they want to live here. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the 7 reasons that I've seen people leave Hawaii and decide to no longer live here. And this is in no particular order. It's not ranked from like highest to lowest, just 7 reasons on why people leave. And it definitely applies to both people who are from here and people who have moved here and then subsequently move away. And so getting right into it, the first one is job opportunities. In Hawaii, we have very limited industries in terms of what kind of jobs that we have. It's very service oriented or construction type jobs, government type jobs. And so especially for young people that go away and get a degree, they come home and sometimes it's hard for them to find a job in the career field that they want to pursue. And so there's just more opportunities in other places. And so that's a big one, is limited job opportunities are a reason people leave, especially young people. And sometimes people move here and they think they're going to make it big and they find out that there's not as many opportunities they thought there was going to be. And so they end up moving back or away to some place that has more opportunity. And the second one is related to that, but it's education. Both college and high school or elementary type school education, there's really limited private school opportunities. The public school system, I think everybody would agree, is just okay. It's not terrible. But if you want to pursue a private school education, those schools are, one, very expensive, but also there are limits. There's not that many, and especially if you live on the neighbor islands, there aren't that many opportunities for private school education. And at the college level, we have just one state school and a couple of private colleges. There aren't a lot of different opportunities and options for higher education in the state. And so a lot of times, especially young people, will move away to pursue higher education in other states because there are more opportunities in the mainland. So education is number 2. The third one is people want to live closer to family. And this kind of works 2 ways. One way I've seen many times is people will move here and they're thinking that their family is going to visit them all the time because now they live in Hawaii and they need that extra bedroom, and it just doesn't happen. People's families don't come as often as they wish they would, or move here and expect to see your family pretty often. So number 4 is medical care. This definitely applies to older generations. I can tell you the medical care in Hawaii is pretty good. I mean, for most people, we have everything that you need here, but it is definitely limited on the neighbor islands. There's just a couple of state hospitals, and if you need some type of real specialty care, a lot of times you do have to travel either to Oahu or to the mainland for that type of specialty care. And so that's something that does incentivize people to move away, is just being closer to medical care, especially as you age or if you have a unique illness that you need specialized care in one of a larger type city hospital. So medical care is definitely a big reason why people leave. And then number 5 is the business climate. This is one that's definitely hard. I've seen plenty of friends move here, clients move here thinking they're going to start a business like they had somewhere else, and they do, and they're good at it. But the business climate is nationally recognized in Hawaii as one of the least friendly business states in the country. And so from a taxes standpoint, from a labor standpoint, from a regulatory standpoint, very hard to do business here. And if you're used to doing business in a state that's more business friendly and you come here and you see all the challenges, a lot of times it's an incentive to move away because it's a struggle. And people do that. They make that decision that it's just easier to do business somewhere else than in Hawaii. And so they leave. And then number 6 is island fever. Not something that I've ever suffered from, but a lot of people I've talked to, this is just not enough to do here. It's just, you're stuck on an island. You can't drive across state lines and go sightseeing and see other cities. And if that's something that you're into and you need that kind of more exciting big city life or that ability to just roam, definitely Hawaii is not the place for that. It is an island, and some people just suffer from that island fever and they feel like there's not enough to do and they're too limited and it's too claustrophobic, and it's a reason why they end up leaving. So I don't relate to that, but it's definitely something that a lot of folks talk about. And then number 7, the last one, I think is the most obvious one, definitely is the cost of living. It is definitely a very expensive place to live. Everything costs more here. Real estate costs more here. Food costs more here. Medicine costs more here. Everything costs more. Gas costs more. And so it's just the price of living in paradise. And taxes are also extremely high. So if you are a just regular wage income earner, a business owner connected to the hard the tough business climate, but taxes are definitely higher here. We have a very high, top 3 in the nation state income tax. And so those are all things that contribute to the high cost of living. But there's also other things that kind of offset that, where you don't have those big city type of expenses like heat if you're in a cold area, or the kind of entertainment costs that a lot of times it's really expensive to go out and entertain yourself in a big city, where in Hawaii you can just go to the beach or go on a hike and it's pretty much free. But the cost of living is definitely something that affects a lot of folks. You can get a lot more for your money, especially from a real estate standpoint in other places, and you just have to give up the amazing parts about living in Hawaii if you're going to do that. But that's a decision, unfortunately, a lot of people have to make based on their economic situation or their job opportunities here. Is they can have a higher quality of life, in their opinion, somewhere else, and so they end up doing that because of the cost of living. So there is, again, like I said, hundreds of reasons why people move here and want to live in Hawaii, but there's definitely some really tangible reasons about why people leave, or they don't make the move in the first place. And if you want to talk about any of these in your specific situation, I'm happy to do that. You can book a meeting in the link below in the comments, or you can email me at dylan@buybigisland.com and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Aloha.